Okay, so let's talk about the parts of the essay. What an essay is, what an essay does, what an essay sounds like. So first of all, I'm going to use the analogy of a burger. Food, as you may remember, is one of my favorite subjects. The essay lends itself beautifully to a burger analogy, so that's what I'm going to do throughout this mini lecture. So the first thing we need to know is that an essay is divided into 3 parts. We've got the introduction, we've got the body, and we've got the conclusion. So to go to our burger metaphor, this is the bun, this is the bun, this is the meat. Now, some of us are vegetarians or vegan, so we could call this the veggies or the cheese or whatever analogy works for you. So what is the introduction? What does the introduction do? Well, it's in the word. It introduces your essay to your audience. So it opens the subject. It is an invitation to your reader. So remember that your job as a writer is to make your reader want to read your paper. So your introduction is what does that job. It makes your reader want to continue reading. And so you need to keep in mind who your reader is. And it's not just the people who are in your class. You need to think about what kind of class you're writing for. You need to think about the writing situation. You need to remember that your reader is a human and is distracted. All sorts of things to think about. So your introduction is that invitation. I like to say you need to start with a bang. And what do I mean by that? Drop your reader directly into your essay. Drop your reader directly into your topic. Start with something that grabs us and brings us right in. There are many ways to go about that, but I won't touch on that today. By the end of your introduction, I should know what your paper is about. So this is a clear, organized section of your paper, and by the end of it, I have a pretty darn good idea what your paper is about. So in your body, this is where you're actually doing the paper. You're actually writing the paper. So this is the meat and the potatoes. This is the substance of your paper. This is your evidence. This is your facts, your analogies, your explanation. This is where it all unfolds. So here you've introduced it, here you're doing it. So like we talked about with the C's of writing, cohesive writing flows from one idea to the next. So your paper is going to be organized in a way where it unfolds in a manner that makes sense. We're going to use paragraphs, and each paragraph is going to have a single main idea. Your conclusion is where you wrap up your paper. You're going to wrap it up. You're going to bring it to a close. You are not going to bring in any new information. So this is really important. Your conclusion does not have new information. It is not the evidence. It is not the explanation. So you need to be clear on your body paragraphs and your conclusion. Your conclusion is going to be the opposite of your introduction. So here you invite your reader in, here you wrap it up, you bring it to a close. You close the book for me. I'm done. I walk away from this paper. I feel satisfied. Some people like to say you can restate your thesis in a new way. And that works for me too. Don't just repeat your thesis, but restate it in a new way. Okay, so we use the burger analogy so you can think about your introduction as the bun, your conclusion as the bun. The body is the substance, the veggies, the meat, the cheese, whatever, the condiments, whatever happens to be in there, and it all comes together in this big, delicious meal for your brain. Let's talk about another analogy.